What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, True Geordie's come through and gave his comments on Mike Tyson versus Fake Paul. And you know what time it is, people. I just feel like, we know my betting record's a bit leave it. However, I think the majority of people got it wrong. And True Geordie one of them. Anyway, let's get to the bars.
Alright, there's power in them. There's definitely some power there still, for sure. You can just hear the thud in the pads there to know that that's there. Look, that's impressive, right? For 58 years old, in fact, it's unbelievable. But it is always the same thing of the...
First things first, yeah? That is not impressive. You can watch all of Mike Tyson's recent clips, yeah? It's erroneous to say it's impressive for an old man. That is impressive for... Pick who you want, right? Pick real fighters today. That's how I feel. To be 220 pounds and be that explosive, it's rare. Wilder might be explosive with one shot, but putting 3-4 shots together, short and sharp, who doing it as good as that these days? Give me a name. AJ when he decides to tangle? Possibly. Okay. Is Tyson Fury is Usyk putting shots, heavy shots like that together? I don't believe so. So let's forget about the age thing here. Don't get me wrong. Watch Evander Holyfield before he fought Vitor Belfort. Oh my god. He looked, never mind 58, he looks 98. Yeah, and we were all saying, oh, he's playing possum. Right? We was wrong. We was big wrong. You can't have it both ways though. If someone looks 35-year-old, they look 35-year-old. That doesn't mean Mike Chin's going to hold it, but Fake Paul can't punch. Fake Paul. Anderson Silva, he was 49. Anderson Silva, 49, and even a boxer, and even 220 pounds, 230 pounds like Mike will be. Anderson Silva came in like, what, 200 pounds, tops. Mike Tyson's with it. We saw him a few years ago against Roy Jones. He ain't playing. He ain't old. That's what he ain't. And Fake Paul, he's not that guy. That makes sense. We're not saying, oh, Mike Tyson versus Artur Beterbiev. Okay, I'm worried for Mike, because Artur ain't playing. Fake Paul, he playing. Nate Diaz can't punch. He couldn't punch in the UFC with 4-ounce gloves on. Nate Diaz can't punch. Fake Paul went in there. The first round is exactly how the fight was supposed to go. Next thing we know, we hear the full 10 rounds. What the fuck? Where are they doing that? If Fake Paul can't finish Nate Diaz, he ain't doing nothing. Nothing with Mike Tyson. I don't care if it's 58 or 55 or... Obviously, if he's like 68, I'd kind of think... But these 50s, yeah, the 50s, in my opinion, are the new 40s. You understand? It's kind of... We know people are living longer, yeah, but that's how it works. Like, 30 years ago, yeah, I remember... Well, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, if you was 60, yeah, it was like, oh, damn, this dude old and dusty as fuck, right? Now if you're 60, it's like, well, it's the new 50. The decades have moved on. Now if you're 40, it's like being 30, right? 40 used to be dustified. Do you understand? Now it's just you're a normal guy. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, but now, seriously, it is moving like that. People ain't as old. People are staying active. And Mike, he been active. Yeah, he smoke a little bit, but the things he be on, they're like recreationals. It's not heavy gear, yeah? He's not off the El Kinahan. He's not off the El Chapo, yeah? He's not off the El Mayo Zambada Garcia. Do you understand, people? Anyway, next bars.
Those tiny little 3-second clips. Like, anyone can look good for 3-second clips, especially someone like Mike Tyson, right?
Again, not true. That's fake news. Anyone can't look good for 3 seconds. That's what they can't do.
It's not giving us a lot. And maybe that's a good idea for him. Maybe he doesn't want Jake Paul to know where the vulnerabilities are. I'd feel a lot better if I seen him getting cracked in sparring, just to understand.
We've seen Mike get hit by Roy Jones in recent times. And do I think Jake Paul's more sturdy than Roy Jones, given the age factor? Possibly, right? It's a close one. Fake Paul versus Roy Jones, who you got? You probably lean towards Jake, but Roy Jones, he's like a 160 pounder. He said, Roy Jones, come on. Roy Jones is a real boxer. He knows what being hit hard's about. And he got in there and it completely shut him down. He felt the hands of Mike, yeah? A man who's actually been in the game. Fake Paul's never been in the game. He's never been in there with the pound for pound hardest punchers. The pound for pound number one top boxers. Roy Jones, he's been there. He's been at them weight divisions. If Jake Paul was a real boxer, yeah, he'd be like, or he certainly would have started his career at 160, 168. Same as Roy Jones. Yeah, Roy Jones been in there with the pinnacle of real boxers. He gets in there with Mike and he's like, oh damn. Yeah, Mike was touching him to the body. Mike wasn't even really trying. Touching him to the body, and Roy Jones, he didn't want to know. It completely shut him down. That's a man, yeah, Roy Jones is older, but that's a man who knows what it's like to be hit. Fake Paul, he doesn't know nothing about being hit. Who's he been in there with? Tommy can't punch for toffee. Nate Diaz can't punch for toffee. Silva can't punch for toffee. Mike, oh, I'm telling you, yeah? I've used the reference before. Watch Canelo versus dudes. He touched them and they're like, oh my God. Oh. It opens their whole, it kind of blows their mind. It rocks their world. No Michael Jackson. You understand? It rocks their world, no Michael Jackson. Yeah? 100%. Jamal Charlo, oh man, you know, I'm from Houston. I'm from Houston, Texas, and we get busy in Houston. And oh man, he carrot. Oh, he orange with it. Oh, he going, I see something in him. That's what Jamal Charlo said. Ooh, I want Canelo. Oops. He get in there, his coach begging him, come on Jamal, you going outside. Jamal like this. Who going outside? He ain't want nothing to do with it. He ain't want no character problems. He ain't want no orange problems that he said he wanted. That's what Fake Paul fixing to feel. He fixing to feel a heavyweight real boxer. A heavyweight real boxer. And you've been in there with old mixed martial arts fighters. He ain't even been in there with like a Israel Adesanya or what's that new guy knocking around? Alex Pereira. He ain't even been in there with one of them. A current, right? There's levels to this, people. Old UFC, you've got old UFC fighters and then you've got prime UFC fighters. Fake Paul ain't even been close to the prime UFC fighters. Never mind the prime boxers. Never mind even an old boxer. An old boxer who's still with it. That's what's important here. All that matters in this fight, in my opinion, is for Mike to land somewhere on Fake Paul. The minute that first shot lands on the gloves, on the arms, just like Canelo versus Smith or Charlo, people, we've seen Fake Paul cower or kind of regress against Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz had no firepower. Nate Diaz could offer nothing offensively. And Fake Paul didn't do nothing. Fake Paul was in there politicking against a dude who can't fight back. Come on, stop. What do you think happened when Mike touched him? You think all of a sudden the man who couldn't listen, Fake Paul knew he could bum rush Nate Diaz, right? He knew that. Round one showed Nate's got nothing to offer. And still he found a way to politic his way through the fight. If you're scared to get stuck in against a man who's essentially a heavy bag, a small heavy bag at that, a small old UFC heavy bag. He ain't even a small old boxing heavy bag. A small old, no power having UFC heavy bag. If you can't get stuck in against him, if you're nervous and don't want to commit, God forbid, you get touched by Mike Tyson, by any of them shots, not even clean. Just the feel, the thud of it, them knuckles digging in on your arm, yeah, it's gonna go through the whole structure, yeah, the whole infrastructure that holds your body up. It's gonna ring right through there. Your spine gonna be shaking. He's gonna be like, oh damn. You're gonna see Fake Paul that's off balance, just trying to absorb all the power. That's what I think gonna happen, seriously. Yeah, Fake Paul didn't want to. Tommy can't punch. Nate Diaz can't punch. Tommy can't punch. Fake Paul should have ran through them bumps, right? If he was gonna do something with Mike. We know Tommy Fury could do nothing offensively. Nate Diaz could do nothing offensively. And Fake Paul in there, posturing and boxing. Mike gonna be on him like a rash. Chin down, hands up. And the only way Fake Paul wins is maybe if he can somehow catch Mike early doors and not feel a shot. But I think Fake Paul's arse gonna be twitching. If this ain't rigged, yeah, which I don't think it will be, but if it ain't rigged, I just don't see a way it's possible to go 8 rounds, 2-minute rounds as well. Mike gonna be, that's perfect. Do you know how quick 2-minute rounds go when you're used to 3 minutes? It's gonna fly by for Mike. Even if he's tired or whatever, it's going to fly by. 2 minutes is so short. By the time the bell goes, by the time you've got in there, that's 30 seconds gone. The last 30 seconds don't count, so you've only really got to fight for a minute. It's a minute round, people. You could effectively go in there, yeah. Maybe that's a strategy for Mike. We've got 8 2-minute rounds. Okay, the first 30 seconds, we're always going to take it easy. We're going to work the middle minute, and then we're going to take it easy the last time. Or do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Yeah? Politic for a bit, light his ass up. Politic for a bit, light his ass up. You can do that with 2 minutes. It's short enough. Okay, I don't care how old you are. As long as you've got that twitch. As long as I can see Mike twitching on the bag or on the pads, you can certainly train your body to last 2 minutes. The problem is, when you're like Evander Holyfield, in my opinion, he couldn't hit the bag like that if he tried. He'd lost the twitch. He'd lost his ping. He looked pre-Parkinson's kind of thing, if I'm honest. He looks like he's just not... Again, he's old and he's a warrior. He's been through it. Holyfield, he'd done his time in the... He had his time in the sun. Mike really... He never went there like that. Mike was never someone who would get battered and keep fighting. Holyfield, he'd been battered and keep fighting. So he can sit down somewhere now. Mike, I really think, for Mike's legacy, he needs something like this, if I'm honest. The way Mike Tyson's legacy went out in the end, it was a bit whack. This puts him back on. Go in there and spark fake Paul out. Devastatingly. You can see it happening. Yeah. Mike, and all these other guys, Nate Diaz, Tommy Fury, they can't counterpunch. They can't offensively counterpunch. Mike fake Paul gonna look at the floor, yeah, wing one of them right hands over. Mike gonna go whoop, bang the left hook, and you're gonna see fake Paul's chops go. You're going to see his wig just start spinning. That's what you'll see. Little tight step, bob, whoop, spin his block up. Looking like a new way the other day. That's what I think fixing to happen to fake Paul, if the truth be told. Now, if I lied to you, people, if you want to hear lies, I'll tell you, nah. Fake Paul's young. Yeah, fake Paul young, and come on. Being young ain't never saved no one nothing. Yeah? That's what we know for a fact. When it saves someone so inexperienced as well. Anyway, let's get to the rest of the bars from True Geordie. Oh, allow it, man. It's moody. Oh, people, stop. What is going on with the moody technology? Okay.
It's like, how was he looking when he's in the middle of a round? So, yeah, it gives me a little bit of confidence and hope for him that he's going to perform and look somewhat good for his age. But there's still a lot that we need to know. Like, how does he respond in the middle of a spar when he gets cracked at this age? Because Father Time waits for no man, right? And by the way, Father Time isn't just a right...
What does Mike Tyson do when he gets cracked at this age? It's a fair point, again. Fake Paul can't crack. Yeah, Anderson Silva, he's 50 years old. And Anderson Silva has had a... Anderson Silva, he been chinny, right? Anderson Silva, he been old. Anderson Silva certainly left his best days in the UFC ring about 5 years before his retirement. He's got that mileage. Mike never had that. Mike never lost his chin in the ring, if that makes sense. Anderson Silva, he lost his chin in the ring, for sure. That's gone. And once you lose it in the ring, it's gone. Even so, Fake Paul knocked down Anderson Silva, but that's all he did. Most of the time, he was running. And I'm sorry to say, people, for the first fight against Woodley, Fake Paul running. The second fight against Woodley, he's kind of in the middle. It wasn't aggressive. If you run from Mike, oh man, that's what he likes. Yeah, the people who beat Mike, Holyfield, Buster Douglas, they stand with him. You got to put Mike off you. I'm trying to think. What one dude ever beat Mike backpedaling? I guess you can say Lennox Lewis, but that don't really count. You know, and that's Lennox Lewis, all due respect. Fake Paul ain't no Lennox Lewis. Fake Paul ain't no prime Lennox Lewis, is he? That Mike Tyson that got beat by Lennox Lewis, that would take Fake Paul's block off differently. You man don't appreciate. This is the pinnacle of heavyweight boxing. You think it's a joke. You think some YouTuber dude who can't finish Nate Diaz, could just rock up and pop. There's levels, people. You're going to rock up and just pop Mike Tyson in his chops, but couldn't pop Nate in his chops. Leaky Nate. Nate's leaky boxing defense. Nate looks slow as shit. That's the thing. True Geordie says that, you can't take the clips. People, we was taking Nate Diaz clips. He looked slow as molasses, people. Super slow and super loose as a goose and just taking all the shots. Nate Diaz was eating all them shots clean. Didn't do nothing. Fake Paul didn't even cut Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz, he is a walking cut. There isn't one fight he's had where he hasn't been cut. Fake Paul ain't cut nothing. When Fake Paul doing like backpedaling, like he liked to do, Mike Tyson, it turns Mike on. It's like they say, don't run from a bear. You have to act big against a bear. That's what Mike Tyson's history shows. The minute you're backpedaling, he comfortable. He can plod forward, slip slide, and bang his shots, let his shots off. He can do that all day. Unless you believe Fake Paul gonna have the counter-punching power to like keep him off. Again, look at the examples, people. Caleb Plant, a much better boxer than Fake Paul. Did he have the power to concern Canelo? No. Did Jermell Charlo have the power to concern Canelo? No. Like, it takes levels to concern people like Mike Tyson and Canelo, 58 or not. Roy Jones, could he concern Mike Tyson? No, Mike Tyson was in there in first gear. And even in first gear, Roy Jones was like Jermell Charlo, like Callum Smith. He was like, oh, damn, this dude different. Why would Roy Jones gas Mike like that? These men have egos. Roy Jones left that ring respecting it. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, a lot of fighters always say, I would love to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. And Roy Jones was one of them. After the fight, he said, okay, I get what people were talking about now. And that's Roy Jones. I think it's scary for Fake Paul. Genuinely, I think it is. Fake Paul's not been hit yet. That's a fact. If you think Tommy Fury, Nate Diaz, Tyron Woodley, if you think they count, as being hit in a real boxing fight, you're delusional. There's levels. These are mixed martial arts. For mixed martial art, look at Floyd. Floyd ain't even a big puncher, right? McGregor was McGregor was a primo UFC striker. Yeah? Floyd can't punch. Floyd was old. Old Floyd who can't punch got in there and showed you what I'm talking about. It's different sports. You can be the most primo UFC striker, like McGregor was. He'd get in there with Floyd. And Floyd in there laughing at him like, this guy can't punch. This guy can't punch. Do you understand? There's boxing punching, and then there's everything else. When you've trained solely to box for your whole life and you're really with it. Never mind. And we're not even talking about weight divisions now. Mike Tyson's a primo, heavyweight boxing puncher. Fake Paul hasn't even been in there with bum UFC heavyweights, right? He hasn't been in there with, I don't know, pick some random heavyweight UFC guys. Yeah, he hasn't even been in the ring with them yet. Heavyweights are their own thing in their own right. Do you know what I'm saying? That's their own. Never mind primo heavyweights. The only thing people can talk about here is the age. And age, they say age is a number. I think that's a bit of a cliche, obviously, but age is a number when it looks like a number. Yeah? Evander Holyfield, his age was undercooked. His age was undercooked. He's 50 going on 75. Mike Tyson's age is just a number based on evidence. If you're 75, you can never get on the pads. Oh, anyone can film that. That's not true. You go to old people's home. You get someone, you show me a 75-year-old light up the pads. In fact, you show me a 58-year-old light up the pads like that. You ain't going to find it. So it's not just a number.
I think at Mike Tyson's door now. It got there 10 years ago. And for fighters, 45, 50, that's when their ability to take punishment massively decreases. And a lot of them in their head, they're still the same guy. And they find...
Yeah, you're right, it does decrease. Listen, True Geordie, yeah? You said older fighters' ability to take punishment decreases. That's obviously true. You're not able to take more punishment. However, my argument is, who here is ordaining that Fake Paul can dish out any punishment? Fake Paul couldn't punish Nate Diaz. Stop it. He couldn't punish 50-year-old Silva. And that's really the baseline here, 50-year-old Silva. Yes, age is somewhat exponential. Like Silva was 49 or whatever. Mike is 58, 59. It's another 10 years. But again, he's primo. Mike Tyson's a primo boxing product even today, I believe. And God forbid I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, it's going to cut me deep. I just don't see it, man. If Mike come in there, all he got to do is come in there, bob, bob, bop. Let one shot off. If Mike lets one shot off, it's over. He's won the fight. I'm telling you now. Fake Paul will go into, oh my God, let me just survive this thing. Let me say, oh yeah, I'm glad that... Fake Paul probably spin it. Fake Paul be saying, I didn't want to be a villain. I didn't want to knock Mike Tyson out. That's how he'll spin it. It's not a bad spin, but I'll know it was spin. I'll know he felt the power and didn't want nothing to do with it. He'll say, yeah, I didn't want to knock Mike Tyson's spark out, so I came here just to have a move around and see what all the fuss is about. Yeah, you can tell I wasn't really doing nothing. And trust me, you best believe Fake Paul won't be doing nothing. So it almost looked like he came there just to move about. But the truth will be, the first shot landed and he ain't want to know no more. I'm telling you now. Absolutely 100%. If Mike rattles off one left hook that lands anywhere on Fake Paul ain't going to throw no shots. You'll see him in there with his butt as tight as a coin. His butt just holding a 2p coin. Wrapped between his cheeks, 100%.
Out the hard way. Chuck Liddell, for example, when he was in his late 30s, he could still take a shot. He could still give out punishment. I'll show you. Chuck and Vanderlei just trading. Chuck was about 38, 39.
Again, Chuck Liddell. I remember the build-up for the Chuck Liddell Tito Ortiz 3 fight. That build-up was exactly the same as Evander Holyfield's. People were saying, oh, Chuck's playing possum. Chuck looked like he had some sort of degenerative brain disease. He was like this, like a zombie. His feet, his ankles was gone, his knees was gone, his hips was gone, his hands was gone. He was walking around, even his chin was gone. His chin was just in the air. You could just tell he wasn't with it. He wasn't lined up. Is Mike looking like that to you? I don't see it. I'm seeing a man who got the devil in his eyes, if I'm honest. I think Mike out here trying to avenge Cus D'Amato. I told you the other day, and this is the quote. In fact, I got shivers going down my spine now. This is the quote, that I know that Mike ain't coming in to play. I know he ain't jumping on the floor. Mike said, someone in an interview said to Mike, what do you think Cus would say if he knew you were coming back? And Mike said, what took you so long, kid? Cus would say, what took you so long, kid? Now, you know how much Mike reveres Cus. There's no way, Mike going to be saying them bars. Oh, Cus would be saying, what took you so long? And then get in the ring and jump on the floor. He's never going to use Cus's name in vain like that. Yeah? What took you so long, kid, to come tear some ass up? And hearing that, I'm scared for Fake Paul. There's no way Mike going to go in there and allow Cus's name to be used in vain like that. There's no way he's going to allow Cus to be up there watching Fake Paul, this dude who can't finish Nate. You can't finish Nate Diaz, and you knock Mike Tyson's back out. You think Mike going to allow that? You know what I'm saying? You think Mike going to allow in Cus's name to get knocked out by Fake Paul? Never. You're going to see the most ferocious thing you've ever seen in your life, I believe. Might come in to prove a point. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, let off the bell, 100%, no doubt about it. Stop it.